Juvie 3, Chapter 11. There's no such thing as total darkness in Manhattan. The glow of the city creeps into even the most isolated alley and air shaft. Light coming through the steel window grill projects bars on the wall beside Terrence's lower bunk, a jailhouse image. No, not just an image. It is jail. The grate's purpose is to keep intruders out, but here it's serving to keep the inmates in. The only other exit is the front door, and that's a dead end. Healy alone knows the alarm code. It's a solid setup, security-wise, except that, clutched in Terrence's fist as he lies in bed waiting, is the key to the grill. He's gratified to hear deep, even breathing from RJ, and nothing at all from Gecko, who's normally such a restless sleeper that he kicks up a constant rustle. From the smaller bedroom, Healy's buzzsaw snoring, which often keeps them awake, is unmistakable. The nightstand clock reads 12:37. His meeting with DeAndre is scheduled for 1 a.m. in the alley beside the electronics store. DeAndre. Just the thought of his razor-cut $sign brings a smile to Terrence's lips. Now there is an individual who recognizes a business opportunity, not like those hayseeds back in Chicago. They never appreciated what Terrence had to offer. But New York, like the song says, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. He and DeAndre are going to own this town, and it all starts tonight. Silently, he creeps out of bed, shrugs into jeans and a sweatshirt, and scuffs into sneakers. The key is a perfect fit and turns without a sound. The grill is another story. Stiff from age and lack of use, the hinges squeak sharply as it slides open. He freezes, senses alert, like a rabbit under attack. His roommates are still out. The coast is clear. He raises the window. More noise, the groan of metal on metal. And then it's done. He ducks through the opening and finds himself on the ancient slats of the fire escape. Adrenaline surges through his body as he starts down the steps. There's nothing quite like the thrill of making a move. He's passing the third-floor landing when he's grabbed from behind. "Where are you going?" It's Gecko, always in the wrong place at the wrong time. "Mind your own business." "No," Gecko rasps. "I'll be back in an hour." "You'll be back now." Another hand closes on Terrence's shoulder, a very large hand that will not shake off so easily. "This has nothing to do with you," Terrence pleads with RJ. "I've got to meet a guy." There seems to be no talking his way out of this standoff. He takes stock of his options. He could make mincemeat out of Gecko, but the big dog? Terrence shoves Gecko with all his strength into RJ and twists away, his frantic footfalls ringing on the iron steps. Gecko grabs him around the waist and jams him against the railing. RJ tries to wade into the fray, but Terrence kicks at him with flailing sneakers. "Hey!" The combatants look up. Healy is at the window, groggy, astonished, and angry all at once. Gecko punches at Terrence. "Now look what you've done." "If you'd left me alone, he'd still be asleep," Terrence snarls back. Healy is on the fire escape now, dressed only in a t-shirt and gym shorts, barefoot on the metal stairs. "Don't move a muscle, you guys." Terrence struggles to free himself, but RJ has a hold on his wrist tight enough to pulverize it. "Let's get out of here," Terrence urges. "No," RJ cuts him off. "We go with Healy now. We're back in juvie." "Shut up." The group leader is just a few steps away. Terrence knows he can't outmuscle RJ, but if there's one thing the streets of Chicago taught him, it's how to fight dirty. He launches himself at the much larger boy, driving his head with crushing force into RJ's chin. The impact sends RJ sprawling backward right into Healy, knocking him up and over the rail. With a cry of shock, the group leader plunges 3 stories into the garbage cans below. "Mr. Healy!" Gecko gasps, leading the stampede down the fire escape. With a superhuman burst of strength, he yanks on the lever that lowers the ladder to street level. The clatter of the wrought iron extensions screeching into place is ear-splitting enough to rouse half the city, but Gecko can't think beyond the group leader. He scrambles to the bottom and jumps to the pavement beside Healy, who lies flat on his back amid the wreckage of the trash, unmoving and unconscious. A puddle of blood widens on the concrete around his head, a dark halo. "He's dead! He's dead! He's dead! He's—" RJ drops to the pavement. He wants to quiet Gecko, but the sight of the group leader sucks the air from his lungs and convulses him with dry heaves. It's Adam Hoffman all over again. "Oh, gosh!" "Shut up, man. You want the cops on our necks?" Terrence hops down and bends low over the victim. "He's alive!" Hope soars in Gecko's heart. Terrence is right. Healy is still breathing. His chest rises and falls almost imperceptibly. "Mr. Healy," he says softly, Don't wake him, genius, says Terrence. The first thing he'll do is call the police. RJ snaps his fingers twice in front of the group leader's chin. He's not waking so fast. He's really messed up. We have to take him to the hospital, Gecko exclaims. Do you want to go back to jail, or are you just stupid? Terrence demands. We take him in, we're busted. It was an accident, RJ insists. Think the cops will buy that from us? Gecko and RJ exchange a look in the city gloom. As angry as they are at Terrence, they recognize the truth of his words. When 3 felons show up with an injured man, the authorities will assume they did the injuring. RJ has already bet and lost on an accident defense. He's in no hurry to try it again. Gecko's eyes widen in disbelief. So we just leave him here? You think I feel great about it? Terrence demands. Maybe we can move him where he'll get noticed. Someone will call for help. He's going to the hospital, RJ says firmly. Terrence wheels on him. You're not listening, man. A vein bulges on the big boy's forehead. Either he goes or you do. Terrence backs off, but he doesn't back down. How do we get him there, huh? Dial 911 and we've got the NYPD on our necks. Gecko turns to Terrence. Do you know how to hotwire a car? RJ perks up. Drive him ourselves? Gecko nods. And then take off. The cops could still follow us, Terrence points out. They can try, says Gecko Foss.